Good evening. Okay, this video is a little bit different. This is just an intro to a playlist, a new playlist I'm going to do. So, my situation. Well, basically what we're going to do is I'm going to make a playlist where I'm going to try to fix my own health. People always say, don't help me, help you, So I'll help myself. Okay, so I'm diabetic. Actually, I just went from diabetic to pre-diabetic, and I did my research, and there's lots of new reason to believe that being diabetic really isn't because your pancreas is shut down. That's or it doesn't work right. It's that's just like a side effect of the real problem, and the real problem is that you have a fatty liver. Okay, so it comes from having too much of a fatty liver. And then that exhausts your pancreas because of that. So there's more and more stuff all the time to support that, and more ideas of how to deal with that. So I'm going to have videos about that. So I believed that my gallbladder, I was going to say pancreas. I've had my pancreas removed already. My gallbladder, I believe, is hurt. I have all the symptoms of a hurt gallbladder. They did an ultrasound and they said it's actually a little bit smaller than it's supposed to be, but it looks okay as far as we know. And I'm going to have to have some more tests done just to rule out the pancreas so they can move on to see what else it is. But they said they noticed that I have an extra fatty liver. So now I have two reasons to believe that my health problem is a fatty liver. Because one, the doctor says that the ultrasound shows I have a fatty liver, so I do have a fatty liver. And two, they say that's why you're a person's diabetic. I'm not overweight, and I've ate pretty healthy my whole life. So it's not because I'm overweight or some of the regular things you would think. It's either genetic. The doctor said it has to be genetics, but now it's starting to look more and more like it's actually just a fatty liver. So I'm going to study that. And I've already gone from diabetic to pre-diabetic. Maybe I can get rid of the diabetic part and not even be pre-diabetic either. And I'm just going to have to tighten the screws. So some quick things. I've noticed that eating like really fatty foods, which is a symptom of a bad gallbladder, hurts so when I hunch over, because I don't have any furniture, so I hunch over to watch YouTube, that hurts if I've eaten like potato chips or like a whole bunch of cheese, or if I've eaten something with an unusual amount of fat, a really fatty meal and greasy type stuff. It hurts my gallbladder. And then also just pinching it, from hunching over, watching YouTube. So the doctor said, have you ever drank alcohol? I said, yeah, I used to drink alcohol, but I recently, through the miracle of transitioning, I've outgrown the desire to be a drinker. So I still drink a beer with dinner, and every once in a while have a few beers and get a buzz, but I don't drink more than 2 or 3 beers, and I rarely do that. I usually just drink 1 beer with dinner. So that's just completely different. I don't even really like being drunk. It's just completely different. My relationship with alcohol is completely different. The doctor suggested that maybe I ought to quit that my liver being fatty could be because of my alcohol drinking. She said that that's what she thinks it is. But I noticed that but eating really fatty food, I've noticed that hurts. Whatever it is that's wrong with my side right there, right below my right rib cage in the front. And it can even hurt in the back a little. I've noticed that if I drink a beer with dinner, it doesn't seem to irritate anything. It doesn't feel unhealthy. It doesn't irritate anything. It doesn't seem too bad. But if I eat like a bunch of cheese and ice cream and a piece of chocolate, or just like break a bunch of rules and do something stupid, it hurts worse. And so it seems like it has more to do with junk food and fatty food than it does just a beer with dinner. So I'll just have to research it and see. So these are common problems that all Americans have. So that's why I thought it would be a fun playlist for everybody, because it's like I want to live to be a ripe old age. I just like life's just now getting good. And I can't afford to have my health fall apart and die young. I need to live old. I have a lot to do. I've been, I'm only now really getting into things, and I haven't even really started at the same time. So I gotta figure out how to get my health in check, So we can do this together. So that's what you'll notice. If you watch this video, the videos in the playlist will make sense. You'll be able to figure out where I'm going from there. So of course I'll leave a link in the description for the playlist of my mostly vegan, flexitarian, usually lacto-vegetarian diet. And that diet is how I went from diabetic to pre-diabetic. Because when I started making that playlist, I was diabetic, and now I'm pre-diabetic. So I'm going to build on what I've already got going there. It's a really good base. And I'm going to just make some adjustments and some fine-tuning things and just see if I can do something about this. And I'll let you know the doctor appointment. I still have a doctor appointment, and they're trying to figure out whether they need to remove my pancreas or not. No, gosh damn it, my gallbladder, I mean. I don't know why I get those mixed up. Yeah, your gallbladder, your liver, and your kidney are all right next to each other, and they all affect each other. So it's not real easy to tell what's what. My sister died of liver cancer. My uncle died of kidney cancer.